Part 2. Back like we never left. Don't call it a comeback. Let's do a whole new intro. I'm going to get a whole new cup of coffee, and we're going to talk about Cade Skywalker and do that whole segment over again. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, so look, here's the thing that was weird about that one. So we've been dealing with some crashes here. I think it is Streamlabs. And Adam refuses to show me how to do OBS, so it's Streamlabs. But the thing that's weird about that one was different because I didn't actually get a signal that anything was wrong. It just kept going, and I kept going, and I was like, oh wow, it didn't crash. And then YouTube was like, we're not getting any data. But then when I X'd out of this thing, it was like, do you want to exit while you're streaming? It was super confusing, dude. I don't understand it. Bro, OBS is the move. I mean, is it though? Is it though? Should I do OBS? Is that the move, bro? We're blaming Fanjecture? 100%. I think it's Adam's fault. Yeah. Yeah, I would say so, yeah. Adam was just thrown under the bus. Yes. New computer. No, the computer's stacked, dude. The computer's good. It's not the computer. It's the software. I think it's a bit of the 4K for sure, but like the computer should be able to handle the 4K. The settings are right. I think it's, if anything, maybe there's a RAM issue going on, but I should have plenty of RAM. I think it's the software. I think the software's having an issue. Like encoder, blah, 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 bullshit. It's the interdimensional elves. It's the interdimensional beings. Like I said, you know, they're fucking with us. That's what it is. Anyway, what did you guys think of the Star Wars, John? And I am going to talk about that with Theory on Monday because I'm kind of excited about it. We'll see. Maybe there's some hope there. But what do you guys think? Blame Canada. I always like to blame Canada. Sure. Yeah. Aliens. Sure. Maybe KK sniped you. Maybe. Maybe. I don't think so. I think KK and I are on good terms. You know what I mean? Like I reached out and I was like, hey, why don't we squash the beef? You know what I mean? Star Wars Insight says, so hyped for a Nerd Theory return. Yeah, it's going to be fun, man. We're going to have a lot of fun. Alex says, hey, Josh, can you tell us a bit about Angron from 40K? Yeah, so Angron is a really interesting Primarch. Bit of a savage. He's born on a planet. I think it's called Armageddon. No, it's not called Armageddon. I forget what his planet is called, but he's basically raised as a gladiator. It's a lot like the story of Spartacus, where he like raises a rebellion against the gladiators. He also gets these things put into his brain parts. I forget what they're called. Something nails, the torturer's nails or some shit like that. So he's like nails in his brain, which make him even more savage. And then basically the Emperor, he runs this really good rebellion and he overthrows all of these people on his planet. The Emperor shows up, basically fucking kills all of his homies and just makes him into like a brutal savage warrior. Yeah, the butcher's nails, right. Angron's cool. He becomes a demon Primarch. He's a demon of corn. He basically just shows up in the setting, completely fucking rages. He's a super big fucking problem. And then he gets smited back to the warp like over and over again. So he's cool. He's a cool character. The Emperor did my boy dirty. The Emperor's treatment of Angron is one of the worst things he did. And it's a really hard thing to cope with if you think the Emperor's a good guy. Some people think maybe it's a timing thing. The Emperor just knew. He was like, fuck, man, we don't have a lot of time. I need to just use Angron as a big savage weapon, so therefore I'm not going to take a lot of care with him. But yeah, pretty bad treatment of Angron, for sure. Ross says, I've been lurking all morning, been in LA finishing my Wu-Tang collab album. Love hearing you yap Star Wars again. Don't have to be Joe over, or we back, baby. Yeah. We'll see how it goes, man. The Nerd Theory is going to be fun. We'll get into it a little more on Monday. But yeah, I like yapping about Star Wars. I like listening to that Eck video, and Eck, you know, like kind of felt a little old school there. Him doing a lot of callbacks and spreading some knowledge and all that. So, look, Star Wars still has a lot of cool shit. Will they be able to put it together in a way that fans get excited about? That's a big question. I don't know. Josh, talk about Nurgle, please. So Papa Nurgle is one of the Chaos Gods. Nurgle's kind of interesting. They're about like disease and decay and like it's gross. They look fucking gross. They have like guts hanging out, you know, they're growing appendages and everything like that. But the thing that's really interesting about Nurgle and the people that worship Nurgle and Papa Nurgle is that they view it as an evolution, and they view it as this beautiful bounty of life. And they don't view it as like this disgusting, gross thing. They're like, no, it's like perfect. We can't die, and we're just experiencing all of these crazy versions of matter and how different decay can be so beautiful and shit like that. It's this weird, twisted view on what basically amounts to like decay, disease, grossness. Yeah, Nurgle is fascinating, but damn, they're gross, bro. Damn, they're gross. Like, get away from me. Papa Nurgle is a pimp name. Yeah, and their realm is considered a garden. He's like a really weird, he like calls it like come into the embrace of Father Nurgle in the garden. You know what I mean? It's like, it's really fun. It's cool. Eric of Ball says, good news, Josh. I was just notified that my Raven Guard chapter master Atheon Shan is now on his way. Ooh, that sounds really cool. Is that the new guy that they just made with all the, like the cool model that's on the like fucking side of the wall or whatever? That model's really cool. That's dope, man. Okay, my new album got beats from Mathematics. Oh, wow. Song from Capadonna, Prodigal Sons, Ninth Prince, and more. Cool, man. That is cool. Yeah, Nurgle's cool. I could see why some people would like him and be into it. I think it's gross. My buddy plays demons, though. He thinks they're cool. He has a great unclean one, Rotigus. They're fun. Any update on Beyond the Spider-Verse? Unfortunately not. The only update is it's going to be a little while, seems like. So. What do I think of the Joy Toy Warhammer figures? I think they're awesome, and I think Joy Toy has done a lot of great work over the years. I think they're doing better than they once were. They're creating a lot of cool models, figures. Yeah, I like Joy Toy. I think Joy Toy's cool. All right, should we get into some other stuff, man? Should we talk about season 3 of Daredevil? So Daredevil bored again. It was a show, and to be honest with you guys, it fucking broke me. A lot of you guys already know this, but it was breaking my balls, man. I really did not like that Daredevil show. And there's a lot that can be said about that, but you know, the whole like we got a creative overhaul, it's gonna be totally different, and I thought this shit sucked ass. But anyway, the thing that was weird about watching Daredevil, right, was it was truly a unique experience as a fan, because I'm sitting there watching this thing that I was really excited for, and I'm literally not liking it. Like the first couple were fine, and then like you just more and more of it, you're like, and I'm getting fucking mad. I had some crazy crash outs while we were doing the watch party. But the thing that was wild about that was like at the same time, basically at the same time, we were seeing set photos for season 2 of the show, which looked fucking incredible, bro. You've seen them. You remember looking at them? Holy shit, Daredevil in the black suit with double D's. Letting the girls out. Fire, flame, fucking craziness. Oh my God. We saw it. I saw it. You saw it. We all saw it. We saw the set photos and we said, man, this first season is kind of doo-doo cheeks. But the set photos for season 2 still kind of look lit. Somehow, some way, I'm still actually excited for it. And then I'll say something about the finale. I did think the show was like basically completely goobly glob, man. Like I thought the show was fucking goobly glob, terrible. But somehow, some way, it ends in a way that's interesting. It actually sets up some interesting threads. And I was like, wow, oh, yo, this is gonna be cool. Like this could be really, really fun. So even myself, despite the terrible experience I had with the first season of Daredevil Born Again, was looking forward to season 2. Now, fast forward like 6-7 months later, and the reality is, man, it became pretty embarrassing over time how few views that first season of Daredevil got, especially compared to some other shows and their ability to chart. So one of the things that came up like a couple months later was, or maybe it was just about a month later, was that the show Mobland on Paramount Plus was doing better views than Daredevil. It was charting when Daredevil could not. And we were like, oh my God, like this is a tough one. And you know, there were some questions as to whether or not there would be a season 3. And I think even Charlie Cox kind of said a comment at a Comic-Con that made it seem like there wouldn't be a season 3 because he said something about this season 2 in the final season, right? And I remember because fans got all crazy about it. Vincent D'Onofrio was saying, like, I think there is room for a third season and stuff like that, right? And so there was some confusion. Well, according to IGN yesterday, which is also weird that IGN got this confirmed, but whatever. IGN apparently gets it confirmed that Daredevil is greenlit for a season 3. And then Vincent D'Onofrio soft confirms, and I actually have it here for you, and I'll pull it up for you guys to see. This is on Twitter. I don't know what this Twitter, that's not Twitter bullshit. This is probably some stupid Reddit shit where they're like, I don't want to give Elon the fucking views, you know. But anyway. So you had him say here, he just says 3, right? And everyone's like 2. And he says 2 is complete. 2 is quite something. Emotional, chaotic, and just plain batshit crazy. Now, he's not it's funny because he's not technically confirming it, right? 20,000 likes, too. Holy shit. But yeah, no, he's basically talking about season 2. So you're saying 2 is complete, 2 is quite something, emotional, chaotic, and just plain batshit crazy. Here's one of those set photos I was telling you about. Black suit with the double Ds. You know, I saw Trev in chat earlier just a couple of minutes ago say the black suit means it's guaranteed to be good. That's not actually the case, Trev. Black suit does not automatically equal good. So you're crazy, but this does look cool. So this does look cool. And there are the double Ds. You know what I mean? The girls are out. That's a beautiful sight. Anyway, the point is this. Seems like Vincent soft confirmed season 3 yesterday, and it seems like season 2 is going to be really, really fire. So I don't know, man. I guess I'll ask you, chat, and I'll blurb about it. I'll yap about it, of course, right? But do we think this means that this show is like saved? Like, are we saying that we believe that you're going to have a really good season 2 and then we're going to get season 3 and we expect it to be a lot better? I don't know. I mean, look, for them to greenlight a season 3 is pretty wild. Without us even seeing season 2, guys. Without us even seeing season 2. And remember, that first season didn't chart. Marvel's aware. Marvel has to be aware. Did y'all see that one photo of Charlie recently? Charlie Cox? I want to find you. I'm gonna make a point here. Okay. To me, guys, and this is speculation, but to me, this looks like a man that knows he's not getting a season 3. Okay? This looks like a man that saw all the memes, that watched my watch parties, that saw the crash outs, that heard people say bored again, that watched people react to his stupid-ass girlfriend saying she saved himself and all that. This looks like the face of a man that is defeated. Okay? And when I saw... Because there were a couple of photos like this of him from, like, the past few weeks or whatever. When I saw those photos, I was like, oh, no. Oh, no, that shit got canceled, man. Oh, no. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. But here's the thing. That second season must have been titties. This is a big cosign of season 2, guys. I'm telling you, I'm gonna fucking let him do it to me again. I'm gonna get tricked again. I'm super excited for Daredevil Born Again season 2, and I'm gonna stick my neck out on this one. I'm gonna say the fact that they greenlit season 3 means that it's guaranteed that season 2 is a fucking banger, and we are so back, and we're doing watch parties for season 2. That's right, we're bringing watch parties back for season 2 of Daredevil Born Again. It cannot possibly be as bad as the first season. They cannot possibly make the same mistakes. This shit is gonna be hype. And I'm telling you, that is why they're doing it, and that is why we're gonna get a very exciting Daredevil Born Again season 3. Chat, am I crazy? What do you think's going on here? What do you think's going on here? How many viewers did Daredevil get compared to Peacemaker? Oh, I don't know that we have those numbers, actually. I'm not sure that that's a comparison we could make. Maybe through Samba? First season was good, but them having to do an overhaul after very shitty comedy-focused Netflix show messed up the show. Interesting. But Josh, Tatiana told me to cancel my Disney Plus, so how can I watch it? Pirate it. I want what Josh is smoking. No comment, but hell yeah, you do. Josh, stop after first 3. What? Den of Shills, let's fucking go. Love to hear it. Let's go. Den of Shills. We're back, baby. Technically, he's not in Born Again. What? Season 2 will be hype because of no prior footage to the overhaul. Fair. That's true. That's a good point. I like where your head's at. That's great copium. That's great copium. Josh smoking that Board Again Never Learn pack. Maybe. You know, we'll see. What's the good old President Bush saying? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. He didn't say that shit because he couldn't put it together. Josh stops watch party after first 3. Oh, maybe I will. We'll see. But either way, we'll have a really good crash out. Either way. Look, real talk, I'm fucking bitter about that first season. I really disliked it. There are other people that are not as harsh on it. Like, I've heard Campia thinks it's great or whatever. Some people, it's like some of you guys brought that up in chat one time, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Maybe there's people out there that didn't think it was as bad or whatnot. Dude, I hate that fucking season. I hated it. And I'm still willing to give them another shot. I'm still like, nah, man, you can't do my boy Daredevil like that. Daredevil can't be this fucking bitched out. I can't be a hero. No. I need Daredevil to be good. And so I am coping here. I'm coping hard. Chillin says, what's up, y'all? Just popping in on my lunch to show off my shiny new badge. Ooh. I'll catch the replay later. Try not to crash the stream again. No Revenge for Life. Take my money. Anomalies. Basement Crew. Unity. Yes. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. We'll try not to crash the stream. It's chat's fault, you know? It's chat's fault, man. They're in here and they're doing all this stuff. They're being all rude and crazy. I hoped they saw Rivals Daredevil trailer and just said yes. Well, those set photos from season 2 look way better. It looks like he's doing a lot of aura farming. Looks like he's actually in the suit, which is good. Yeah. It's Adam's fault. Yeah, right. The first showrunners were us and thought making Daredevil like She-Hulk would work. Yeah, that shit sucked ass. Did you see the Netflix Daredevil before Born Again came out? I did, and unfortunately, yeah, it hurt the experience a bit. Yep. Of the new show. Yep. What's aura farming? If you have to ask, you can't afford it, Ben. You know what I mean? If you have to ask, you can't afford it, Ben. What do you think we will get a Spider-Man cameo in any of the seasons? I don't know if they will. I don't know what they can do there. I don't know what the contract says, the stipulations, all that. You know what I mean? Couldn't tell you. Karen needs to be in the show a lot more. Yeah, and I think she will be. From what we've seen in the set photos, it feels like that, yeah. How does one sow aura? When is a good season to reap? If you have to ask, you can't afford it. Yeah, I don't know, Moss. I tried, I tried to do something clever there. It didn't go well. All right. I don't know what to tell you. If you want to know what aura farming is, it might be a skill issue. Yeah, I bet you would say that. What rank are you in Marvel Rivals? I'm going to go get a better rank than you, and then I'm going to use that to justify me just shitting on you for an hour. I'm going to do a straight hour long of just, I'm going to be like, this dude's not even good at video games. I'm a fucking dad with 2 dogs. I barely stream, and I got a better rank than Justin in 3 days. Already gold, have fun. Gold, easy. Easy. Yeah, rewatching Netflix Daredevil made it hard. Yep, I agree. But they should have known that was going to happen. I think they probably did. I think that's part of why they changed the show. But it just wasn't enough for me at the end of the day. Josh, why aren't you happy? I am happy. I'm actually incredibly happy. I'm a happy lad. My farm is all aura. Well, I hope the fucking drought comes over your aura farm. Josh's aura farting says patty poop. Oh God. Maybe the multiverse can offer up a better Daredevil. What? You know what though? Real talk. Affleck Daredevil all day. Affleck Daredevil all day, dude. Love the suit, love the outfit, love the jumping around. Hell yeah. Affleck. Josh hates farmers. No, I don't hate farmers. Farmers are chill. I knew a lot of farmers. I got to fight with a couple farmers. Dude, farmers are strong. You always talk about farmer strength, and then, but it's real. It's real. They're strong. Segue into Sadie Sink. Yeah, I bet you'd want me to, you fucking pervert. All right, any more thoughts on season 3 of Daredevil Board again, guys? Any other thoughts? We're about to shut it down and crash the stream, so I'd really love a couple more thoughts. That's for Prime members only. Yes, 100%. Batflick over Mattflick. Yes. My name is Doom. Yes, I have thoughts. Wow. Okay, great job, guys. Great job. I'm going to crash the stream now. See you in a second. They can't keep a good Josh down, you know what I mean? They can't keep a good Josh down. And I'm back! Like I never left. All right, should we talk about Sadie Sink? So I have a Sadie Sink bit, then I have a Warhammer bit, and then I have maybe a DC bit we could do too. Should we talk about Sadie Sink? Sadie Sink is the multiverse is terrible. Really? You think so? Okay. Let's talk about the Sadie Sink thing. It is a weird one, and also I fucked up. Okay, I fucked up, and I want to explain it, and I want to talk about it. And also, this story is kind of interesting because you guys are always like, call Rob. Guys, yesterday, Rob called me, and he actually set my ass straight on some stuff, and I'll explain what's going on because it's kind of wild. Okay, so let's reiterate. Let's talk about Sadie Sink, the saga that has been. Let's talk about my part in this. Let's talk about why. I think I figured out why you're hearing so many different things. Remember, Gwen Stacy got confirmed. Mary Jane got confirmed. What are some of the other ones? Jean Grey, right? Like, there's so many people are hearing so many different things. And then I got Abyss confirmed. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't think it's Abyss. And I want to explain what's going on because it's actually kind of wild how this happened because I misremembered something. Oh, the mic quality got worse? You motherfuckers. Are you serious? No, it didn't. It did not. James R., you're banned. You're banned. The mic is great. You're banned. And I'm, dude, I'm coming after you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you now. I'm gonna get you now. All right, anyways, back to what I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted. You're getting minimized, chat. Get the fuck out of my face. Okay. Sorry, James. You probably meant well. Maybe there's some interference on your end, or maybe you're just trolling. Anyway, let's talk about Sadie Sink, the whole saga, because the thing that happened is actually pretty interesting. I actually misremembered something. Then I got confirmed by a source. Now I realize there's no way that's what it is. So what the fuck is going on? Is Marvel just confirming every fucking thing that people are saying? Like, is that why Christian got it confirmed that it's Gwen? Is that why Homie got it confirmed that it's Jean Grey? Is that why other people got it confirmed that it's Mary Jane? Is Marvel literally just saying, whenever you hear something, just confirm whatever they ask? Like, is that what's going on here? Listen, Linda. Listen to me, you motherfuckers. Sadie Sink is a really interesting character because the first report is from Jeff Steiner that she's Jean Grey for the X-Men reboot. A couple weeks later, maybe a week later, it's revealed in the trades that she's in Spider-Man Brand New Day, and she's a big character. She's like second on the call sheet to Tom. Big time character, Sadie Sink. Okay, now that's when you start hearing all these other weird things, like maybe she's multiversal in some way. Maybe she's a version of Mary Jane. Maybe she's Toby's daughter. Maybe she's Gwen Stacy, as Christian Harloff reported that he heard from a very reliable person. So take that into last week, and I'm talking to somebody, and they said that Sadie Sink is the multiverse. Okay? They said Sadie Sink is playing the multiverse. And I was like, that's really weird. And it immediately made me think, and this is where the story's going to get so funny, and I'm such an idiot, and Rob is so good with comic books, but we're going to get there in a second, okay? So I hear this from a... And by the way, My Time to Shine actually did tweet about this. She tweeted that she was like, what if Sadie Sink is the multiverse? So she's probably hearing the same thing that I'm hearing, which is that Sadie Sink is the multiverse, okay? Now, I know it does sound stupid on the surface, and I'm not here to tell you that it's not going to be stupid. It could be stupid, but let me just explain my part in this, because that's why I fucked up. So, guys, I'm literally so dumb. I'm such a stupid dummy that I'm remembering a scene from Hickman's New Avengers where Shang-Chi is meditating with a female character that in my head I thought was Abyss. And Shang-Chi is getting this character to remember what's actually going on. And there's all this stuff about learning about the multiverse and this stuff. So in my mind, I mixed up two characters. In my mind, I mixed up Captain Universe and Abyss. For some reason in my brain, they were the same characters. And all this stuff, like that very scene with Shang-Chi, where she's meditating with him and everything. I'm like, yeah, Abyss. I remember when Abyss did this and all that. So anyway, this makes its way onto the internet. I made a video on it, which, by the way, I didn't even check to see how the video's doing. I don't know if the video's doing well, but I don't know. Either way, Twitter people started talking about it, right? So a bunch of people start saying, Den of Nerds says that she's Abyss and that she's the multiverse. Now, I want to explain what happened. In my brain, yes, Enigma Force, James, exactly. And we're going to get there in a second. So in my brain, I mix these characters up. So then I go to my source and I say, oh, so that's Abyss. My source checks with their source and says, yes, it is Abyss. But here's what's crazy about that. Either I got incredibly lucky and I misremembered something, and Marvel's doing that weird thing where they're changing the characters and it is Abyss, but they're giving her the Enigma Force and it's actually going to be Captain Universe, or the source is being lied to. Yeah. Now, it could be the case that the source is lying on purpose, or it could be the case that the source is being lied to. Because there's like, is it technically possible that she is playing Abyss? Yes, but I literally misremembered shit and threw Abyss out, and then this person was like, that's what it is. So yeah, they're either like trying to trick me, which totally can happen. Like there's a source out there. There's a guy named, oh fuck, I'm blanking on this dude's name. I can see his face. Look, the Scooping Cabal is like a bunch of weirdos. Not all of them are weirdos, but a lot of them are literally weirdos that all just have like some access points. They all are in a big group chat together and they're weird. They'll put out fake info sometimes. They will. And they'll put out fake info to people like me sometimes. 100%. And they're really weird. They're weird parasocial weirdos, you know, a lot of them. And that could be what's going on. Like it absolutely could be the case that the person I was talking to was lying to me on purpose to get me to say Abyss, even though it's not Abyss. Absolutely, that could be what it is. I don't think that's what it is, though. I actually think that the reason Christian got it confirmed that it's Gwen, the reason Jeff got it confirmed that it's Jean, is that Marvel, like the Luke Cage thing, remember when they did the Luke Cage thing, where they're saying, oh, this is Luke Cage's house, but it's really Steve Rogers. Maybe that's what it is. Now, to take a step back, we heard from comicbook.com that whatever is going on, there is a big twist to the Sadie Sink character. Okay, so if she is the multiverse, which is still kind of shaky for me, I was told that, but again, I'm not sure. And maybe there's misinformation out there. It seems like Marvel's putting out fake info, or people are lying or whatever, right? So if she is the multiverse, then she's not Abyss. Oh, let me tell you the thing with Rob. Because this part's funny, and then we'll watch a little video on Captain Universe and the Enigma Force. So yesterday, Rob randomly calls me because he sees some of the tweets about me talking about Abyss, this, that, second, and the third. And I'm sitting there having a convo with Rob. It was a good convo, of course. And I was like, I was explaining Abyss and shit, and he was like, no, that's not what it was. And I was like, dude, no, I remember this part and everything. And like we sort of like go back and forth for a while, and then I was like, okay, well, what about just a character that is the multiverse? And then he's like, well, that's more like Captain Universe, who has the Enigma Force, and then she is an aspect of reality, and they do learn that the multiverse is dying because of her. And I was like, and he literally describes the scene with Shang-Chi, and Rob was the person that got me to realize I fucked it up, and I mixed the characters up. Because I was like, Rob, you're literally explaining the exact scene I was remembering, and I just had placed the Abyss character there instead of Captain Universe. Holy shit. So shout out to Rob for being a good friend and also for being a fucking encyclopedia of comic books. Let's watch a little video here on this character, and then let's talk about Sadie Sink, okay? Because I think this could be what it is here, all right?
The Enigma Force is a primordial cosmic energy that connects all living beings in the microverse. It serves as the universe's balancing force, stepping in during times of crisis to maintain order and fight chaos.
I don't want these captions. How do
the
I get
Enigma
these
Force is
captions
closely tied to the Unipower, the energy source that transforms
the Unipower
individuals into Captain Universe.
Captain
the Enigma
Universe
Force plays a central role in protecting the microverse.
So it protects the microverse. It's a thing that whenever the multiverses or the universe is in trouble and there's like a big threat, it manifests itself and then picks a host. That's where Cosmic Spider-Man comes in.
Subatomic universe where major battles against cosmic threats take place. During the acts of vengeance, the Enigma Force manifests as the Unipower and chooses Spider-Man as its host, turning him into Cosmic Spider-Man. The Enigma Force often faces off against the Psycho Man, a villain who seeks to corrupt and control the microverse.
Psycho
its
Man!
Champions have also fought against Baron Karza, a ruthless dictator with cosmic ambitions. The Enigma Force is linked to eternity.
Wait a minute, what? The Enigma Force is linked to eternity, you say?
One of Marvel's cosmic entities representing the entirety of the universe. In the recent King in Black storyline, the Enigma Force was revealed to be a crucial weapon against Null, the god of symbiotes. It chose Eddie Brock, aka Venom, as its host, granting him the power to defeat Null and save the universe.
Okay, so that's the Enigma Force. Now, a couple of things that are really interesting there. This is not the first time I've talked to you guys about the Enigma Force, and it's not the first time I've talked to you about this idea, this concept of antimatter, matter, life force, destruction force. This dichotomy does appear to be in the MCU. It is most noticeably there in Deadpool and Wolverine, actually. So Deadpool and Wolverine, the Shredder is literally antimatter energy and matter energy, and when you combine them, it shreds the universe. That's the whole idea. And there is this sort of thing that's set up there. And you know what else is really interesting is like the defense against chaos. And remember in Endgame, the Ancient One says, if we lose the stones, we lose our ability to protect us against the darkness. Chaos would ensue and we would be overrun. Right? And there's all the Null stuff for sure. I don't know that that's the way they're going to go. It seems like they're kind of removing the Null stuff from it. However, if they were ever going to bridge them, yes, it would appear that there's precedence there to have Null, the darkness, and then the light force or the Enigma Force. Okay, so this is all interesting. And this character of Captain Universe in the Marvel Comics thing was really interesting because this character became Captain Universe and didn't know why and didn't have her memories. Shang-Chi eventually figures out a way to meditate with her and uncover the secrets of what happened to her. And she was a person that was just supposed to die. And then the Enigma Force like chooses her as a host, becomes powerful in order to protect the universe. So what's going on with the Enigma Force is when the universe is threatened, it manifests and gives an incredible power to like a host, which is similar to the White Hot Room and the Phoenix Force and stuff like that, which, you know, Rob was explaining to me yesterday, like the White Hot Room exists outside of the universe of the multiverse. So like, you know, they could be doing, like, it could end up being Jean Grey still. But from what I've heard from people, she is the multiverse, and she's just a regular ass street level person that happens to be the multiverse. Now, that's so vague, and we have no idea. We don't even know if that's actually true, right? Like, because nobody else is coming forward to confirm this. Maybe we'll know in a couple of weeks if that's 100% confirmed. It's something I heard from somebody reliable, but we don't know if it's real. If this is what it is, I think what they're doing with Peter is they're going to set up a scenario in which he learns about the multiverse collapsing via this character. Just like in the Hickman run, right? So that's probably what they're playing with. However, this could also lead to Cosmic Spider-Man. I know, I'm doing that fanboy dreaming thing. We're going fucking crazy here, but listen, Linda, listen. Tom Holland's Spider-Man was said to be very important to the whole thing with Doom and Doomsday and all that, and he was going to be the main character in Kang Dynasty. Some people said he was going to be the anchor being of 616. Not really sure what the deal is with that. But Cosmic Spider-Man is a thing. And so, I don't know, man. It seems like pretty outlandish, right? It seems like they wouldn't do this. But if God Doom rules Battleworld, they're probably going to need some really powerful variants. And there was some reporting that said there would be unique variants that we would only ever see in these two Avengers movies, and then they would be gone forever. And what a lot of people like myself were thinking was like, dude, if you're going to do that, go for it. Give us the craziest variants. Like, I want Old Man Phoenix, Wolverine at the end of time with the Phoenix Force, Rune King Thor. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see Cosmic Spider-Man. You know? Like, I want to see the Maestro Hulk. I want to see, like, the coolest variants possible. And if that's what they're doing, and they're doing all these really powerful things, then maybe it will be Tom Holland Spider-Man gifted with the Enigma Force. Cosmic Spider-Man would go pretty fucking hard, dude. But I just don't know, right? So anyway, to take it away, take it a step back from all the crazy speculation. At the end of the day, the thing is, I don't think it's Abyss, man. And I think it's quite weird that my source confirmed Abyss. It's sus, to be honest with you. It's sus. Because that's not even the right character. That's not even who I was actually thinking of, right? So shout out to Rob for helping me to figure that out. And then Captain Universe, the Enigma Force. I don't know. Is it too weird, chat? Is it too weird? Or do you think that Marvel could actually do this? Do you think they could do the Enigma Force with Peter Parker? What do you think? Yes or no? Cosmic Ghost Rider? Oh, hell yeah. Cosmic Ghost Rider would be great. Cosmic Ghost Rider would be incredible, yeah. Shit, bro. Infinity Thing would be incredible. Yes, Infinity Thing would be dope. 100%, yeah. Not weird enough? What? Really? I think Cosmic Spider-Man's pretty weird, but you know what? They just did a Spider-Man Magic the Gathering set, and Cosmic Spider-Man is in that set. Has Cosmic Spider-Man popped up in Marvel Comics at all recently with any of the new stuff? Is the Enigma Force playing a role in One World Under Doom at all? Because that'd be cool. That'd be real cool. I think they should do George Clooney, Black Panther. Okay, bud. You know, I like a couple cups of coffee as well, but you're clearly taking it too far. Doug a Ditch with a 10 spot says, you hilariously just called leakers a bunch of parasocial weirdos. Why do they keep proactively offering you info when they know you have quite a scathing opinion of them? What's their motivation? Well, I mean, I don't know. You'd have to ask them. I have a couple theories on it. I would think that, number one, they might have as much of a scathing opinion of themselves. Maybe they know exactly what it is, and they're like, you know what? I don't like this motherfucker, but he's right. Also, you know what else I think is with people, and I think that this is probably true of scoopers, but it's probably just true of everybody. People just like to brag about what they know. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird because, like, there should be zero ego in it. You don't know shit. Somebody else literally knows it, and then they tell you. And I mean, I guess unless they're out there like hitting the pavement like a hard-hitting journalist or whatever, then sure, then that's work that's worthy of praise or whatever. But like a lot of these people just like have access. They're just like an executive's kid, or they have somebody that works at a high level of Marvel they know or whatever, right? So I think it's so weird. Like, I think the scooping game is so weird because people like take pride in all of it and they like feel like it's a big accomplishment and all this shit. I really don't think it is. And I don't think you should feel, yeah, but whatever. That's just my opinion on it. I think at the end of the day, they can't help themselves. At the end of the day, I think they literally can't help themselves. They have to tell people what they know because they need people to know how cool they are because they know all this shit. Duh. Like, I bet, like, it's, I don't know. I could go further on it, but yeah, that's just how I feel. Yeah. If I was a scooper, I'd for sure lie to you after this, LMFAO. Yeah, but like, even if they did, they can't help themselves. They're going to put out real info. I'm going to get the real info either way. I literally can't lose. Like, they're so obsessed with putting out the info that they know. They're never going to stop. And they're always going to continue to tell us everything, and probably more than they should. Like, I would honestly, if the scoopers went away forever, if they just decided, like, you know what, I don't need to do this anymore. I know the info, but who gives a shit? And they just kept it to themselves, I would actually respect that. I'd be like, yo, that's crazy. But I'm so far on the opposite end of that. Like, they literally cannot help themselves. Like, I could be even more rude. I could be even more vicious. I could literally attack them, and I could block them all, and I'd still get all the info they have because they can't help themselves. They're going to just keep spilling it. And I'd love it if they didn't, actually. But they can't help themselves. But you wouldn't get any content if they did that? Oh, no, I totally disagree. I'd actually probably have even more content because then I could speculate completely freely. I could do all the crazy theories that I do. I could cook up all this dope shit, and I wouldn't have any of these little buttholes coming out and be like, actually, my grandpa's uncle works at Marvel, and that's not what it is, Josh. Stop having fun. Deadass, I'd be doing way better if they literally all went away tomorrow. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You tell us stuff that scoopers don't. Doesn't that make you a scooper? Hell no. Hell no, bro. Loki getting spoiled quickly is too ass and predictable. I don't know what that means. My grandpa's uncle works at Marvel. Oh, really? Good for you, bud. Good for you. I'd ask him a couple things here and there and put it behind a paywall. When there's leakers and scoopers, you're bound by whatever the main narrative is. I don't know exactly what that means, but sure. Don't you disrespect my boy Josh like that. Wait, what? Remember when you won Scooper King Award, though? Hell yeah, I remember that. And I bragged to all of them, too. I hit them all up in the DMs. I said, you did your whole fucking life to this shit. I do it on the side, and I'm the king of this game. Get the fuck out of my face. And I have no idea why they don't like me. You know what I mean? Being that you're the king, you speaking down on your peasants makes sense. My man Kendall, let's go, baby. This guy gets it. Hey, bro, happy Friday. Happy Friday to you too, bud. I hope you're doing well. You're on the Marvel Spoilers Google Doc with a record? Oh, shit! Who gives a fuck? I just get info from a few of my friends who are accountants on the movies and shows. Damn, tell me all that shit so I can look really cool like the scoopers. My birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday, brother. Happy birthday. You know what? Real talk though, chat. Can we have like just a real little moment? Actually, let me stop this clip. Stream might crash. Sorry. Happy birthday to the ground. I'm an adult. Hell yeah. We're in an abusive relationship? Sorry, guys. Sorry, I didn't mean it. I'll do better. I'm excited to see Ultron back in the mix. Maybe he'll reach a supreme level for Doomsday. Yeah, maybe. Ultron's cool. Ultron's cool. Josh, you're doing great, bro. Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. It's probably a Streamlabs thing. Happy birthday to the ground. I'm an adult. We're in the lag game now? Ah, shit. I hope not. Ah, shit. I hope not. Happy birthday to the ground. I threw it on the ground. I love that song. Sorry, I'm fucking caught up on that shit too. Lag Skywalker? That's kind of a cool name, to be honest. Lag Skywalker. Let's have a poll from now on to predict how many times your stream will crash. I'm going to try to fix it. I'll try to fix it before Monday. Do you call bullshit on the Doomsday will pick up after Endgame thing? Yeah, I don't think that's true. No. Yep. No, I'm not playing that game. No. Yo, what was I about to talk about? I was literally about to say something, and then I crashed the stream, and now I can't remember what I was going to say. Fuck! What was I going to say? What was I going to say? Birthday stuff? You were going to reveal all your sources? Nah. Something about birthday and let's take a moment. Birthday, let's take a moment. Birthday. I don't know. Rivals? Hell no. I mean, what do you guys think about this Sadie Sink thing, though? Do you think it's real? Do you think she's going to be the multiverse? I mean, it seems so wild. It seems unnecessary. Like, I don't really get it. You know what I mean? And like, if it's just this super reductive thing where she's just there to, like, help Peter understand what's going on in the multiverse, like, that just feels so lame. That feels a little lame. Yeah, Tillman's Kang, though, that could be interesting. Nefarious Aquarius, yeah. And if it has to do with that, like, the Enigma Force and, like, that could be cool, but I'm just not sure, you know? She's Jean Grey. I hope she's Jean Grey. I hope it's just Jean Grey. And maybe the person that told me multiverse is like talking about an aspect of the multiverse, which like the Phoenix Force could be. Yep. Josh Snyder is the best with casting scoops. It's got to be Jean, and Marvel is flooding other scoopers. And that could absolutely be what it is. And look, Marvel's gotten a little sophisticated in how they do this. I could be hearing something completely false on purpose because Marvel is putting out a shit ton of stuff. I'm not really sure. We'll see. It wouldn't make sense for her to be Jean Grey at that age. Look, this is going to sound crazy, but Jean Grey was born at a really young age. And she was Jean Grey even then. Why Jean Grey in a Spider-Man movie? Let's be for real. For fun, because sometimes you wear stretchy pants when you're an adult in your room. It's for fun. Josh, what's the most plain version of the movie that's most likely? Maybe you're right. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It could be, yeah. Sadie Sink for Ghost Rider or bust. Oh, damn. If she is a Ghost Rider, she should be she should drive a little Vespa. Like a Vespa that goes do 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 do, like when she does the horn, like burp, 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 burp. And then it like the wheels go on fire and shit. Hell yeah, man. Some little like dainty pink Vespa. Hell yeah, Boba Chase? God, I wish, man. Remember when that asshole did that spin move to shoot? Jeez. Yeah, see, the spin. You know it, Justin. You love that spin, man. Justin's over here like, Warhammer sounds lame, but I loved it when that homie spun around. I don't know about Warhammer. Seems a little dark, but can we have more homies spinning around? That's Justin. For yes. Should we do a couple more clips or should we just call it a day? And also, that person that asked that question, were you one of the scoopers? Were you one of the scoopers? And were you just trying to get me to, like, just go hard on you or whatever? Do you have, like, a humiliation fetish or something? I'm just telling you, like, there's something weird going on with these motherfuckers, like, for real. All right. Should we talk a little bit about Warhammer? Have y'all ever heard of Warhammer? What else you got? Oh, I got something for your ass. Oh, you didn't want it now? Oh, no. What do you got for us? Oh, just 3 hour stream. Blah, 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 blah. I miss it when you don't do stream. So I would come back and stream. Blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what, motherfucker? It's Warhammer now. You sit there and you take your fucking medicine. I'm going to shove this burrito down your throat. Okay. So clearly we're all really excited about Warhammer. We're all hyped up for the Henry Cavill show. And I've been doing some thinking. About Warhammer and doing some studying and trying to figure out what's going on. Now, the last time we spoke about the Warhammer show, we were talking about the rumors of Brad Pitt, which is like, whoa, that's crazy. No updates on that, but I think it's real. Got it confirmed by some really good people, which is crazy. Who knows if it's actually going to go through, but it seems to be real. And then the other thing that I talked to you guys about is the scouring. Okay. So I want to, in this video, in this little segment here, just a chill little thing here on the stream, I want to explain why I think the scouring is such a good time period. Now, let's before we get into like that, let's talk about like the sense of Star Wars, right? Okay. Y'all have heard of Star Wars, right? Used to be a happening thing, used to be popular, you know, used to be awesome. Everybody loved it. And when Star Wars was happening, and even if you go back to the Disney stuff, right? When Disney bought Star Wars, there was a big question of what era of Star Wars are they going to do, right? So a lot of people want Old Republic. Chat, y'all think they should have done Old Republic instead of the sequel trilogy? Throw a 1 into the chat. What do y'all think of that? People thought maybe Old Republic. Okay. Some people thought the EU right after the Skywalker stuff, man. You know, the Timothy Zahn shit, right? Yeah. A lot of 1s in the chat. People like that Old Republic stuff. Could have gone all the way back to the Ancient Republic. Could have gone back to Typhon and Ashla and the Bogan and the crazy-ass ships that brought all them there and that, the Rakatan Empire, etc., etc. You could go into the future. You could go in between Empire and this. You could go the prequel era. You could go into High Republic. Different eras of Star Wars, okay? Now, I say all that to say that Warhammer's the same way. Warhammer has the War in Heaven, which is like its ancient lore. The more modern version of the setting is in the 41st or 42nd millennia. That's your Warhammer 40,000. You have the Horus Heresy, which is the 30K era. You have the Great Crusade. You have the Dark Age of technology. So just like with Star Wars, when adapting Warhammer for live action, the question becomes, what era are you going to go into? Okay, so the reason people think the scouring is going to be the era, I showed you the evidence. There's that symbol that Cavill used. It was used on that one book, right? That's kind of like loose evidence, but it feels like it could be right. Well, there's something else I've been thinking about, right? There's something else I've been thinking about, and that is the novel series. Okay, so I want to show you this because I think it's kind of cute. I think it's kind of cute. I think it's kind of chill. So check this out, okay? Now, this book is called Ashes of the Imperium, and it is in the series known as The Scouring, okay? Or maybe the book's called The Scouring, and they're going to call it Ashes of the Imperium. I'm not really sure. But either way, to the Primarchs here on the novel. Now, walk with me on this. Some of you Warhammer fans are going to know what I'm talking about, but I'll try to make it very simple for those of you that aren't really into it. So the Horus Heresy is a huge point in the lore. As I was just discussing, you know, similar to Star Wars, it's an era. Let's say it would be like Darth Bane and the Rule of Two. That's the Horus Heresy. Okay? So the Horus Heresy, for the longest time in the actual Warhammer lore, was just something you heard about. There was some vague stories about it. And then they fleshed it out with a 60-plus novel series. And this novel series explains in great detail what happened in the Horus Heresy. And what's interesting about this is there were a lot of vague things that we knew in the lore that then become expanded on in the novel series, because obviously novels, you have the breadth to expand things. So just as one example, in the old lore, they said the Emperor fought Horus. The Emperor destroyed Horus's entire being, including his soul. He completely eviscerated and defeated Horus, and he was wounded by Horus, and then he's put on the Golden Throne. Now, when they expanded on that in the novels, it's a little bit more complicated than that. He does destroy Horus, but he says to his son, the Emperor says, I forgive you and I'll wait for you, implying that Horus's soul is actually still alive in the warp. It doesn't really change anything. It just gives you wider context. Retroactive continuity. Okay? And the beauty of this was GW did this great thing where they took a vague story that was very important and they filled it out in over 60 novels. Okay, the reason I'm bringing that up is because they're doing it again. They're doing it again, and they're doing it for this, called the Scouring. Now, the Scouring in the lore, and I'm going to TLDR this, I'm not going to get in depth here. It's basically directly after the Horus Heresy, this massive civil war. The civil war is finally over. There's a whole bunch of traitors that are still out there. There's a lot of like, what are we going to do now? Because the Emperor cannot actually lead the Empire anymore. He needs to be put on the Golden Throne. These two characters, the Primarch's sons, are there living in the wake of this. And you notice here in this image, Rogel Dorn is battle damaged. Look at his cape, all these bolters, singes, and he's taken a lot of attacks because he's been literally defending the throne. Gilliman shows up late, no battle damage, right? And there's a big conflict between them because, you know, of that and many other things that are going on. So the Scouring, guys, is a time period that's had a lot of vague lore mentions. And just like they did for the Horus Heresy novel, they're going to do a huge novel series. They just announced it this year. They're doing a huge novel series that is going to flesh out that entire time period. So just from a brand synergy perspective, I'm sure you can appreciate how that time period now being really dove into in the actual novels and it being expanded in the lore is interesting timing on a potential show that will also be taking place in this time period. Okay, so I think there's like some serious brand synergy there, and I think it would be very good for them because basically what they want to do is they want to have fans that come into the live action show and have a series of books to then go expand further because the books will just be ahead, right? So that in and of itself is kind of interesting, but here's a couple of reasons why I think from a story perspective, the Scouring is actually like a perfect place to start this stuff. Number one, yes, the Civil War is over. The Emperor gets put on the Golden Throne. Some big deaths just happen. And it would be quite interesting to watch how all of the characters are reacting to this. Again, we get vague ideas of what this was. We're now going to get it expanded. And I think there's just a lot of drama. It's a hotbed for drama. This would also allow you to have characters like the Primarchs, but not have to do a full-scale civil war. Okay, so they're there. It's like there's this built-in context. There's traitors, demon Primarchs, chaos. And the Scouring itself is mostly like just trying to figure out what do we do now that the war is over. We have to hunt down the traitors. We have to make sure the Imperium can continue. And it's all about trying to figure that out. Now, another thing that happens, and I think this is really the key. This is why I think Cavill wants to do this as the show first, if this ends up being what they want to do. All the Primarchs that are vanished from the setting, they vanish at this time. So Jagatai Khan and Leman Russ go into the Eye of Terra looking for some way to save the Emperor, like the Tree of Life or some shit like that. And we know Lehman disappears. We know the Khan disappears. We know that Rogel Dorn technically disappears. They've found his hand, but he could still be there. We know the Lion gets killed and put into suspended animation. We know Gilliman gets killed and put into suspended animation. All the Primarchs that just disappear during this time. And the other character that disappears is Constantine Valdor. And I think, to me, this is probably the most intriguing part of this whole thing here. Very little is known about what Valdor was actually doing and saying around this time. We know that he leaves and he remains around for 10,000 years. We know that he witnesses the next 10,000 years in Abaddon and the 13th Black Crusades. He sees a vision of that due to the magical spear. Valdor is seemingly an incredibly important character to where things end up in 40K and where things are going with the King in Yellow and a lot of that interesting stuff, right? But what was Valdor thinking about in the wake of the Civil War? How was he processing seeing the next 10,000 years? How was he processing the death of Malcador, the death of the Emperor, the death of Sanguinius? How was he then interacting with the Primarchs? Because I know that Valdor has a conversation with Leman Russ about how it's not over for them and they're going to still further the Emperor's vision and all that sort of stuff, right? So interesting. So, you know, there's a lot of mystery about the Scalpel Show, a lot of stuff we don't know, and I've seen some people talking about the Scouring more and more. And ironically, the reason that they're talking about the Scouring is because of this book series. The book series is happening. Whether the show is going to do the Scouring or not, the Scouring is about to become a major part of Warhammer because they're going to fill it out with this novel series. I tend to believe this is really good synergy. And Games Workshop does feel like a company that's really focused on synergy. The Space Marine games, the Amazon show, which is like a continuation of it, et cetera, right? So, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking that there's even more evidence that this is the Scouring. The more I thought about the novel series and the synergy, I was like, that's incredible. And I also think the fact that all of these big characters essentially leave the setting here. So think of it like this. It's almost like the Cavill show could introduce us to some of these characters, and then throughout the show, they all leave for whatever reason. And as they're leaving, and as we expand through the timelines, we watch the whole Imperium fall into decay. And if the show ends with Lehman dying, or rather with Gilliman getting killed and then saved by the Emperor, then maybe the movies or the next show or whatever the next version is, I think it'll be the movies, maybe that focuses on the resurrection of Gilliman. And maybe Brad Pitt plays Gilliman in the show, he gets killed by Fulgrim, and then he plays Gilliman in the movies when Gilliman is resurrected. I don't know. But what do you guys think of that? Warhammer heads, Warhammer fans, what do you think about this? What do you think? If what you're saying is true, then we could get my boy Tazarin's first look because he was very active during that time period. Oh, really? That's a really interesting element of it as well. So part of the reason I'm so interested in learning more about the Scouring, right? So I know about it through the lens of Custodes and Dark Angels because those are my factions, right? And I know about Valdor leaving. I know about the Lion and his fight with Luthor and the fall of Caliban and all that sort of stuff, right? So I know about a lot of that, but there's a lot of stuff I don't know about the Scouring. Frankly, there's a lot of stuff that the entire fan base doesn't know about the Scouring. That is the point of this. What is Korax doing during the Scouring? I got to be honest, Rossi, I have no idea. I don't know if is he in his demon form at this point yet or not? You know what? Let's find out. That is a good question, man. I'm not familiar with what he was doing in the Scouring. Let's see if we can find anything. Korax is a character I'm not like all that familiar with. Like I kind of understand what happens with him, and he's kind of, you know what he actually is? He's kind of like a Grail, from what I understand. Because isn't he like a good demon? Isn't that the whole thing? So it says during the scouring, primarily doing course was a major loyalist counter crusades. So he does run a lot of counter crusades. Hit and run strategical attacks against the Sons of Horus, World Bearers, and the Alpha Legion. So he does play a good role. And eventually he leaves his Legion to atone, going into the Eye of Terra. So he goes into the Eye as well. Interesting. But Korax is like actively back in the setting as well, right? Isn't he like popping up as a little demon, John? Man. The Scouring is for vendettas. Yeah. I think the Scouring is, I love it, man. I think you could do, the thing I like about the Scouring is you do a Lord of the Rings prelude, which shows the fight with Horus, maybe Sanguinius and the Emperor is dead in the Golden Throne. You show the end of the end of the Siege of Terra in like that kind of prologue way. And then we open into the film, and it's like the Emperor being put onto the Golden Throne and like the mourning of Sanguinius and stuff. Like, I feel like that's such a dope place to bring people into Warhammer. And then watching all of these brothers grapple with their failure, with what happens next, with their traitorous brothers. Dude. Like, I think there's some juice there. What are some of the best Warhammer YouTube channels? There's a really good one called Warhammer Explained. I heard he's making a comeback. I heard he's mounting a comeback and making good videos. But like Luton09, Major Kill, my buddy Chapter Master Valrak, Arbiter Ian, that one dude that does all the videos with the duck, I forget his name. There's a lot of great channels, man. There's a lot of great channels. It's very smart to start the story with the characters already down. Creates conflict right away to get invested in it. Yeah, I feel that way. And I feel like, so like you talk, one of the things that keeps coming to my mind, I'm getting so excited, is Inglourious Bastards. You don't know any of those characters, but you get a sense of the characters throughout their very opening conversation, and that tension is so important to it, right? And it's obviously driven by the tension of what we know from that era and what he's hiding, etc. But like, if we just open and we get this scene with Dorn and Gilliman fucking furious with each other, about to come to blows, and Dorn is like, "Where were you?" And he's mourning his father, and Gilliman's there trying to be the pragmatic son, trying to help put the pieces back together. And then obviously they beef hard about the successor chapters. So you get some really interesting things. So you get the traitors are hunted, the legions are shattered, the Primarchs and Valdor vanish. That's all really cool shit. So yeah, I think that's a lot of cool story stuff that could immediately bring people in. You. No vids on that channel. They don't ever post anything. Hey, relax. Give the guy a break. Okay, give the guy a break. Whom do I follow to get Warhammer leaks and news? Valrak, Reddit, yeah, some other people I know that just know Hollywood stuff. Because like Warhammer is coming into my lane now. So Warhammer's out there with casting directors, producers, Hollywood people. I've been in that space forever. So some of the sources I have, Warhammer is now coming to a place where my people already are. So I have spies everywhere. Rebel Moon had Zack Snyder, though. That's true. They did. Yeah, Valrak's really, really good, though. He and I have shared a lot of info behind the scenes, and we're both sometimes surprised that we both have such good sources. It's kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. Is this Josh guy good for Warhammer? What Josh guy? Who are you talking about? What are you talking about? Me? You talking about me? Hey, you talking about me? All right, let's crash the stream one more time. We're gonna crash the stream. All right. Crash the stream and celebrate. Celebrate for me. Hello? Hello? Is everybody there? Hello? Are we still live? Hello? Hello, everybody? Are we still live? Are we still going strong? Does the stream do good? Are we doing good still? Is it all good in the hood? How's everybody doing? All right, I'll look it up. I'll try to figure out the problem. Everybody chill. Valrak isn't too keen on you playing Dark Angels, Josh. Yeah, I mean, look, I get it. I get the memes. The Dark Angels, you know what I've never brought up to Valrak because I really like him and I know it's a shitty thing to bring up is, do you guys know there's literally old lore about the Imperial Fist eating shit? I don't know if anybody... Does Valrak know that this is a thing? That there's literally old lore that talked about how there was a ritual where the Imperial Fists literally have to go eat... They have to go eat humans and then they eat poop. So look, Dark Angels, are there... Yeah, he hates it. Perfect. Great. Awesome. I was hoping. So look, you could say, Valrak, that the Dark Angels are traitors. You could say it. It's not true, but you could say it. The memes are fine. At least we don't eat shit. You should super that to him today. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Anyways, how you guys doing, man? I'm gonna get out of here soon. I'll chill for a little bit more though. But then I'm gonna get on out of here. I'm kind of hungry, to be honest. I'm kind of hungry. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. What are my plans for the weekend? I'm gonna have a chill weekend, man. I need to rest. I need to rest my mental. I want to get into the gym a good bit. I'll probably work on some vids, but I kind of want to just rest. Want to rest. Want to spend some time with the kids. Yeah, maybe play some Warhammer, maybe play some Marvel Rivals. I have a 5-car day. I'm spiraling. Oh, that's good. But that's a good thing, right? Yeah, you sold 5 cars. Hell yeah. That's incredible. Going to a new bar at Disney this weekend. Oh, okay. You're going to scuba up to it? Josh, what finds of workouts do you like in the gym? I usually do I guess a bit of a bro split. I like to just go in and work the muscles I like. The truth is the last 3 weeks, I have not been in the gym a lot. I got sick, then I hurt my back, and I haven't found that let's get back into there kind of momentum. So right now I'm kind of taking it easy when I go in. But I'm trying to just get back to the point where like if I go 3 or 4 times a week for 2 weeks, I should be back to that vibe. You know what I mean? Because the body just adapts incredibly. Yeah. Glutes only, 100%. 100%. Hidden Valley type weekend? Hell no. You need to sit up straighter when you're painting, leaning over too much. Maybe. I actually think I hurt my back because, and this is going to sound so silly, but I had a pain in my neck and I kept twisting my neck all crazy. And I think I literally threw my back out, twisting my neck around. Yeah. Yep. I'll sneeze and cancel streams for a week. Hell yeah. When are you in theory podcasting together again? We're going to start it back up on Monday, baby. Start it up on Monday. Probably at 6, 5:36, something like that. Mix your pre-workout with ranch. Jeez. I thought I had a tough week, man. You guys are really... I can tell we're struggling, you know? People are crazy, huh? People be crazy, man. I'm going to make a new YouTube video about Speed Racer this weekend. The movie Speed Racer or the show? Dude, that Speed Racer movie is great. What is discussed on Nerd Theory? Oh, it's just like all politics, bro. We literally just... We're going to go hard on politics. Oh, Randon, that's cool, man. That is awesome. Wow, Kendall. That is awesome. Just take it in, man. Soak it in. Adam, Speed Racer is fucking incredible, bro. If you don't understand that movie's incredible, you're wrong. You're wrong. Imagine some of Theory's takes about the U.S. Yeah, I can imagine them. Did you hear about Matt Reeves saying nothing about Batman 2 again? Well, I'm pretty sure Matt actually gave a pretty definitive answer that it's Elseworlds. And he even said, like, I'd be down to do some DCU stuff later on. I'm sure you thought that when you were like 7, when you first saw it. I was fairly young, but didn't come out after The Matrix, so I was probably in high school. Did it come out after The Matrix? Oh shit, MCU Spooderman pre-release tonight? I didn't realize that was tonight. Oh, boo. So that means the official release is next week? Man, I gotta say, a lot of the Marvel or the Magic fans don't like the Spider-Man set, and it has dropped the price on some of it, and I'm down, dude. Like, I don't care. I just want some cheap Spider-Man cards. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, bro. Yeah, I was just trying to get you to talk about it. Oh, okay. So you can do DCU Batman then? What? What's The Matrix? Yeah, my LGS keeps posting about the pre-release in Discord. Oh, really? Are you going to go, Adam? You ever play Magic? Have you been to the Warhammer store in New York City? Also, don't forget to remind everybody about tomorrow's stream. There's no stream tomorrow. I need a break. But yes, I've been to the Warhammer store in New York City. It was awesome. Actually, one of the guys, when I went to the thing for the Deadpool game, one of the guys from the agency was a big Warhammer fan, and he and I were like bonding about it, and then he took me to the one downtown. So it was pretty cool. We like left the Facebook or the Meta facility, and then we went downtown and went to the Warhammer store. And actually, I bought this book there. This book. And I actually have my receipt from New York City because it was kind of a fun, cool thing. On 55th East 8th Street, New York City. Games Workshop Retail Incorporated. I keep the receipt in there as a little memorabilia type thing. But Batman says some really badass lines. Wait, what? Oh, you mean green and red mostly? Okay, cool. We might have talked about this back in the day because I remember I was really a lot more into Magic when we were like having the meetings with the EPs and stuff like that. So, isn't keep the receipts just a saying? I mean, I don't really keep my receipts. That was just like I was in New York City. It was kind of a cool experience. I wanted to keep the receipt to just remind me of getting that book there. It's a lot like whenever I go to Midtown Comics, I like to get something at Midtown, and then I always like to remember, like, hey, I got that at Midtown Comics, you know? Do you keep your ticket stubs? I mean, I would, but I don't really do a lot of events like that, and I haven't been to a sports game in a long time. I was thinking about going to a Steelers game this year, though. It depends. Is it over? Steelers won week 1, and I was like, Super Bowl. They lost week 2, and I said the season's over. Yup. Oh, you did. Nice, Chris. Yeah, Midtown's great, man. Great shop. Oh, we are doing a Prime stream, but that's Sunday. You're absolutely right, Jay, but that's Sunday. And also, you're not even a member, so you're not going to get to go. But yeah, we will do a Prime stream on Sunday. I'm actually glad you reminded me of that. I'll post about it, but yeah, we'll do that on Sunday, not Saturday. Sunday, not Saturday. It's just the Jets. Waiver for some regular members, right? Waiver for some, what the hell? Is the Diamond Lounge gone? I don't know what that is. You guys keep bringing this up, and I have no idea what it is. Going to start reading Eisenhorn this weekend, starting late, but pumped. It's really cool. It's a really great book series. You'll like it. You're so mad about how the Broncos lost? I didn't even see how they lost. When's the next Diamond? Guys, I need the world to chill the fuck out. I do not want to do a Diamond Lounge right now because things are crazy and people are like really emotional about it. Everybody thinks it means this. Everybody's like really, and it's like the last thing I want to do is get toasted and start yapping about my thoughts on all of that shit. You don't need to hear that. I don't need to say that. We're good. If things calm down and we can have a little more of a joking attitude about it, then yeah, maybe. But nah, man, I'm not about that. I'm not about that. For the foreseeable future, they're gone. What we need is another Rebel Moon stream, right, Josh? All right, Mandalore, I read one of your fucking stupid-ass messages about it. Are you happy now? Can you fucking drop it? Holy shit, I get it. Rebel Moon. It's fun to say. And you finally got it. You finally got it. Ah! That's literally all he wanted. That's all he wanted. He's like this right now. Yes, we got him. Fuck yeah, we got him. Fucking got him. Did you see him? I got him. You know? Can I ban him yet? Nah, I like that guy. I like that guy. All right, chat, I'm going to get on out of here. Hey, I really appreciate it. Look, I will seriously try to fix the streams. I know everybody's getting butthurt about it, so I'll try to fix the stream so that we're not crashing next week. And yeah, Nerd Theory's back on Monday. We'll get into it. I have some exciting stuff. We'll talk about the Sean Levy Star Wars movie. Yeah, we're going to have some good times. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. Much love. Dar Boyd says, life is crazy. Settled into my new job now. Finally able to be a member again. Super hyped to be back. Oh, that's awesome, brother. Thanks. And it's good to be back. RIP Diamond Lounge. Just for the foreseeable future, man. Let's just let this, you know, I would say maybe a couple months from now, things calm down. You know, maybe a couple months from now, things chill out and things calm down. Right now, it is like, it just feels like it just keeps getting crazier. So I'm not about that. But, yeah. Yeah, is Adam going to fix this shit or what? Sheesh. All right, everybody. Much love, man. Appreciate y'all. I'll see you guys on a Monday. Oh, no, Sunday for some of you. And then a lot of you I'll see on Monday. So, ta-ta for now. Oh, what the hell? That's not the right one. That's the one. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video. Has everybody gone? Everybody leave, 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 leave. Everybody go. Hey, anybody gone? Everybody leave, 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 leave. Oh, you're ranking tonight. Justin, I'll hit you up, man. I'll play a little rank with you. We'll talk about what Warhammer faction you like. Talk about your attitude towards Warhammer. Hell yeah. Good stream to close out the week. I agree, man. I agree. I do want to fix it for you guys. You know, I do wish it was a better experience. You know, I know the glitching and this shit is probably lame, but we'll get it figured out. Honestly, like, you know, somebody suggested on Discord an external thing. I actually already send all my shit to an external drive. I really think it's just the streaming software. I think there's something going on, maybe an encoder, because it all started happening after a Streamlabs update. You know what I'm saying? What? Why don't we all just rank together, Kendall? Jeez. All right, guys. Anyways, hey, look, I appreciate you. Have a good weekend. Get some rest, get some relaxation, man. Eat some good food, chill out. We'll be back at it Monday, big day Monday. We'll be streaming, and then we'll be nerd theorying it up. You never know what's gonna happen. You never know. Okay, much love, man. Appreciate y'all. Go have a good weekend. Do me a favor though, on your way out, open up your third eye and wash out your stinky, stinky butt hoe.